This is material from Monday's class where we discussed the authentic modes. Dr. Onye presented some ideas. I presented my idea. Dr. Onye presented some more ideas. I'd like to start with what he showed about the retrograde C scale. Retrograde means that you go in the opposite direction using exactly the same intervals. So if the major scale is why, won't, he, where, white, when, hot, in other words, whole, half, whole, then going retrograde is going to be the same thing, but going down. Why, won't, whole step, half, whole. Right? This teaches you what each mode is, modal scale is. So we basically, modal scale is more specific, meaning if I say a D Dorian modal scale, then I mean that's specifically the second scale step in the key of C major, and I'm playing the C major scale from D to D. Whereas if I say G Dorian modal scale, then I mean I'm on the second scale step of F major. If I just say Dorian, then if I'm a medieval person, I'm thinking that just means D to D, all white notes, right? I'm not even thinking in terms of major keys or minor keys yet, right? All right, but here we are. C, C Ionian, major scale. Okay. Now it would be C Dorian because this is the second scale step of B flat. And now it would be C Phrygian because this is the third scaled step of A flat. This is C Lydian. I'll play it again. I stumbled a little bit. C Mixolydian. C Aeolian. C Locrian or Locrian. That's a good exercise for a lot of reasons. Really good exercise would be to sing the solfege with it. Right? I don't feel like doing that right now. But it would change each time, actually, since I mentioned it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now this, it's going to be re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re. This is going to be me. Mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi. Fa, sol, la, ti, do, fa, mi, ti, la, sol, fa. Sol, la, ti, do, fa, sol, fa, mi, ti, la, sol. La, ti, do, fa, sol, la, fa, mi, ti, la. ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Why does the solfege change each time? Because you're basically changing what the parent scale is. Right? You notice I didn't say you're changing keys. You're changing what the parent scale is, because modal scales can be used in any key. Right? The use of a C Dorian does not automatically mean that you're in the key of B flat. You are pulling information from the key of B flat, if you like, but you're not automatically in the key of B flat. Now, my idea for studying the most basic of the modes, of the authentic modes. Authentic, by the way, means from the major scale. If you use a 1625 in the key of B flat, or in any key, this should be taken through all 12 keys. The first exercise we did should be learned in all 12 keys, and this should be as well. 1, 6, 2, 5. If you like, do, la, re, so. You can use just the bass notes. You can basically make them into chords by adding tones with your left hand. Right. I can get that C a little cleaner. There you go. Or, I love the sound of tenths. I can't quite reach all of them, but I found ways to cheat. In this case, the shell is adequate. The reason I'm adding the C is because I can't reach it just pinky to thumb. For me, I have to add the C. So, I would start with this. Add chords if you like. It's richer. Obviously, the solfege is going to shift. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. Sol, la, ti, do, fa, mi. Sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. Sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Most of the time, you're not going to play your scales like, you're not going to play your modal scales like that. You're not just going to start on the root of the chord and then go up. You might, but you're not going to do that all the time. You're going to want to do different things to it. And so I created a little exercise, and the idea behind this is to show that the mode is identified by what chord you're playing over, where you're using that particular sound. And you'll hear as we change from one chord to another that this same set of notes, the B flat major scale notes, right, those notes change qualities as you change from one bass note to another. So if I say so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. Okay, that's very It doesn't matter that I didn't do this. You're still hearing that. Sounds very major. Now, I'm going to start on the same note I started on over G minor. I'm going to start on F. Notice the sound is entirely different. Why? Because now we're in G Aeolian. B flat major, B flat Ionian, same thing. G Aeolian. That's Dorian. How do I know it's Dorian? Because I'm playing it over C minor. It doesn't matter that I started on F. What matters more is that I resolved to something relative to a C minor chord. And there's Mixolydian. So here it is. For the solfege, you'd say so fa mi re do ti la ti do, so fa mi re do ti la ti do, so fa mi re do ti la so la ti do re mi fa mi re, fa mi re do ti la so do. Now that doesn't mean that's all you can do. In either case, you're not limited to this, or once you understand that these notes give you a very concrete application to a major chord, a one major chord, then you can do all kinds of stuff with them. You can play them in thirds. Why not? You can play it in moving triads. Why not? And it works, by the way, for any of the other modes. Here's Dorian. Right? I suggest using some kind of a sound that has a little bit of strings in it so that you're hearing the chord sustained while you're playing these things. If you just use a keyboard setting, it'll fade out by the time you get, after you've played this a couple of times. But you want to hear it in the context. Second inversion triads. Just moving them up and down the mode or modal scale. Mixolydian. Second inversion. But I'm using F Mixolydian as my reference point. And in each case, this sounds different as I change from one chord to another. Don't be scared of this. Get your fingers into it. Let your ears absorb it. Pretty soon you'll be able to use it and it won't be a problem. I say this as someone who struggled with modes myself for quite some time. It's not anything to be scared of. It's something to grapple with and engage with and then use, and use brilliantly. Happy practicing.